Good evening.
Good evening.
Am I audible? Good evening. Wow, hello there.
Yes.
Right. Mhm. Right. Before starting the session, right, I would like to know that my camera is not working. I don't know why. Right. So, uh, so before starting the session, I would like to know that the purpose of you brief about your right. So your name and what you are doing and the purpose of studying this course. Right? අපි මම චුට්ටක් කතා කරලා එමු because I need to take the idea about why you are following this course. Therefore, it's better to tell me that is what is the purpose of studying this. Okay. Yeah, we'll start from Ajit.
Hello. Hello, I am
Hello.
Majid. Hello, I am Majid.
Hello, hello.
I am Majid. I work as an environment specialist. Now I am currently working for the Master of the Sociology.
Okay, thank you. Right. Dilhani.
Hello,
Hello.
I am University student of Peradeniya.
Mm-hmm. Which department?
And I followed Geographical Information Science course.
Oh, right. Okay. And Dr. Dahanayak. Hello, doctor. Can you hear me? Then Sam. Rajit or Rajita Edirisinghe.
Rajita. I'm Rajita
Rajita.
Edrisinghe. Presently working as a civil engineer. These days I am doing an MSc in Engineering Management, Faculty of
Yeah.
Engineering, University of Peradeniya.
All right. So then for your research purpose, you are following this one, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Ahmed.
I'm Busaid Ahmed. I'm studying
Yeah.
software engineering of Senec campus.
Yeah. Okay. And then SK. Nisha. Okay, so anyone need Sinhala assistance, right? So please send me a private message, then I can help you by explaining in Sinhala, right? I think most of you are following some master's program, so you can manage English. Therefore, basically, I'm using English language. So anyone need more assistance, so please let me know through chat. Then I will explain to you again in Sinhala. Doesn't matter about the language, right? Before starting the session, I will explain you the content. So what are the things we are going to discuss within these 5 days, right? Uh, yeah. So these are the learning outcomes of our course. Uh, at the end of this course, participants will be able to understand SPSS interface and functions because we are starting from the basic level. Yeah. I forgot to ask. I think someone knows something about this, right? පොඩ්ඩක් හරි දන්න අය ඇති, but we are starting from the basic level. I can දන්නේම නැති අයටත් පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන් විදිහට තමයි අපි පටන් ගන්න. Therefore, so if you know something, so you will be a little bored in the first sessions anyhow. So you have to bear it because we are starting at the zero level and we are step by step we are developing the other things, right? So the first learning outcome is understand the SPSS interface and its functions, manage and clean dataset efficiently, conduct descriptive and inferential statistical analysis, perform correlation and regression analysis, use non-parametric test when assumptions are not met, interpret uh, and report statistical results professionally. So these are the learning outcomes of our course. This is how we divided that the learning outcome throughout these 5 days. Day one today. Right. So today, introduction to SPSS and data management. So then first we will discuss introduction to SPSS means overview and the applications of SPSS, navigating the SPSS interfaces, that is data view and the variable view, data entry and management, defining variables, types and labels, importing data from the Excel and CSV file, and sorting, filtering and cleaning data, handling missing data, recording and compute new variables, right? So we are starting this. Sometimes the time is not enough to finish this because therefore I will try to up to sorting or importing we are trying to do. Then next day we can continue the other one. Okay, so recording into the recording and computing the variables, I think we have to do in the second day. Then day two, so we are going to the analysis part, descriptive statistics and visualization. Then under descriptive statistics, we are talking about measures of central tendency and measures of dispersion, that is mean, median, mode, range, variance, standard deviation, those things, frequency tables and cross tabulations, and creating data visualization, creating histograms, box plots, bar charts, customizing and explorating graphs. Then third day, inferential statistics and hypothesis testing, introduction to hypothesis testing. So I will brief about what is hypothesis testing and how we can take the conclusions on conclusions using this testing. So we discuss very briefly in that day, and we are starting the t-test. So there are three types of t-test we are discussing. That is independent sample t-test, paired sample t-test, and one sample t-test. And and ANOVA, that is for third day. Then the fourth day, correlation, regression, and non-parametric test. So we are discussing only one non-parametric test, that is chi-square test. So under that, in the fourth day, correlation analysis. So we are discussing about both types of tests, that is both types of correlations, that is Spearman's correlation and Spearman's correlation, then regression analysis, simple linear regression, multiple regression, and interpreting regression report. Then under non-parametric test, that is chi-square test. advance, uh, then the advanced analysis report practical applications. Then under that fact analysis, little bit of extra exploratory fact analysis, then principal component analysis and front batch alpha for reliability testing, and explorating and reporting results, formatting SPSS output, research reports, exporting tables and figures Word and Excel. Then hands-on practical application. So we are trying to do a practical session. It means how we can extract the data from the questionnaire, then how we can enter that data for the SPSS worksheet, and how we can interpret that using the statistical analysis. So actually that is a practical one. So we are trying to discuss that in the last day. So yeah, so these are the things actually we are trying to discuss within that 5 days. But if someone needs more than that, so you can request. So then we can consider. Uh, uh, yeah, we consider with the time. So yeah, let's start then first session. Uh, if you have if you have any assistance, any problem, so you can stop me. Right, then I will explain. Right, ඔයාලට මොනවා හරි තේරෙන්නේ නැති තැනක් ආවොත් එහෙම එතනින් මම නවත්තන්න. You can send me a message. Then I can explain that more. Right. Today we are very basic things, right? So we are starting from SPSS. What is that means zero level actually. So what is SPSS? Then how to open, how to close. But I'm not explaining those things much because because we have the common sense. Therefore, actually we know how to open, how to close those things. Anyhow, but I added everything in this presentation. So if you need something, so because we are sharing with these presentations with you, then you can refer that. Okay. Right. Now we can start. Lesson 1, Introduction to Statistical Package SPSS. These are actually I divided my lessons into actually 9 lessons. Today I'm trying to do 3 lessons actually because that is for my purpose. There is no way of this dividing these lessons. Anyhow, that's so the lesson 1 is the Introduction to Statistical Packages SPSS. So these are the learning outcomes of the first session. Properly open and shut down SPSS. Describe different editors in SPSS. Different editors in SPSS and their characteristics. Then understand menus and items in the SPSS. Enter data into SPSS worksheet. Name and define the variables. So these are the things we are discussing under the first lesson. Actually, the meaning of this SPSS is statistical package for social sciences. So that is SPSS, statistical package for social sciences. SPSS can take data from almost any type of file use, then to generate and tabulate reports, charts and plots of distributions and trends, and descriptive statistics, conduct complex statistical analysis. For these things, we can use SPSS. Right. It is a Windows-based program and capable handling large amounts of data. Opening SPSS, depending on how the computer are working and structured, you know how to open this one. So in here, you can see actually, this is actually a symbol for this IBM SPSS. So you can click on this and open it. So I'm not going to explain that here, that process is explained there. Then once you open this one, so uh, you can see this interface actually. මෙතන තමා පළවෙනිට මෙන්නේ. right? So here it's mentioned, so here that is actually welcome screen here. So if you do not like to see this again, so you can cancel this. There is a checkbox. Don't show this again. Then it's directly come to this interface, which means this worksheet. Yeah, so this is a welcome screen. So it uh, includes the new data set, new database query, and the recent files you can see here, right? Then you can open these recent files. The dialog box that appears, this dialog box, right? It appears uh, the window behind the data editor was which is used to display data from whatever file are using. You could select any one option, startup dialog box, and you could simply hit cancel, right? Uh, if you yeah, the data editor window has two views that you can be selected from lower left hand side the screen. Data view, where you see the dialog data you are using, right? uh, yes, I think you can see this one. No, can you see my screen? Right, you can see, no? Here there are two views. That is data view. Here we can enter the data here, and this one is the variable view. So we have to define the variables actually before entering the variable. So therefore we can see there are two views actually. One is the data view, the other one is the variable view, right? Yes, so here this is the data view. So you can see the lower left hand corner of the worksheet. So this is data view. Once you click here, it goes to the data view. It means where we can add the data. And variable view means before adding the data, so we have to define the variable. So in the Excel, so no need to define the variable. Just we can enter the data to our worksheet. But in here, before entering the data, so we have to define which variable is that actually, and yeah, so that is the thing. So therefore that's why it's mentioned two variables. That is, one is two data views actually, two views. One is data view, the other one is the variable view. Mm. Simply the format you when you are creating a file, or where you can check the format pre-existing file, right? The data editor saved with the file uh, .sav. So in data editor, so the extension of the file is .sav, right? So when we are sharing, so when we are saving our file, so we have to save in SAV format. The other most commonly used SPSS window is the SPSS viewer window, which display the output of any analysis have been run, any error messages. Yeah. So in here, so once we did the analysis, right, it is the output of that analysis is displayed on another window. Vinayaka Kenne, right? Not in the same one as we are doing the analysis in Excel, right? So Excel is one of the softwares we can use for these analysis purposes, no? But not like this SPSS. So analysis, the output is displayed in another view. So that is we call SPSS viewer window, right? So then when we are closing it, so again we have it has to separate that data file separately, and also you can save the uh, extension files as well. So then we can measure these two. Sorry, we can save these two files in two extensions. So SAV is file format for the data file, and .spo format is for the output viewer, right? Therefore, you can share this both separately. Yeah. So on the file menu, click open and select the output. Yeah. After saving, so we can open it again. Yeah, so this is the SPSS Vivo window. Yeah, we can see in here also. Yeah, so this is the SPSS Vivo window. මේක තමයි SPSS Vivo window එක. And ඉස්සෙල්ලා අපි දැක්කා SPSS data editor එක අපි දැක්කා. So this is the Vivo window. It is a separate one. And yeah, so this is the data editor. මේක තමයි data editor. Right? So this is the Vivo window. Right? That is actually two different things. Right. Other than that, so there are many editors actually. So we are using basically the two editors, that is data viewer and the SPSS output viewer. Other than that, there are something more. In addition to these two main SPSS windows, below are the some of other SPSS windows. A pivot table editor output that is displayed in pivot tables can be modified in many ways with the pivot table editor. You can, yeah, so pivot table editor means once we are double clicking on the tables in the SPSS viewer window, it's opened in this pivot table editor viewer, right? So then here, so after open that pivot table editor, so you can edit text, swap data, rows and columns, add colors, create multi-dimensional tables, selectively hide or show results. So we can do many editing parts after opening this pivot table editor. And there is another one. So once we take a chart, so we can open the chart, or we can on the chart editor as well. You can modify high resolution charts and plots in chart windows. You can change colors, select different types of type of fonts or sizes, switch the horizontal and vertical axis, rotate 3D scatter plots, and even change the chart type as well. So once we get a chart, so we can open the chart editor by double clicking on the chart. Then you can do many editing parts as we did in that pivot table editor. Here also we can do the same editings. The text editor, so text also we can edit in the output window. The text output is not displayed in the pivot tables, can be modified with the text output editor. You can edit the output and the change font characteristics, styles, color, size, everything. Right, and the other thing is the syntax editor. Once we are using Windows-based system, so we know we have the menus, right? Once we have these menus, we can there is a syntax editor. So in that syntax editor, you can type the commands, then you can run it as we have been using these menus. Yeah. So the SPSS menu and menus and icons. We put the menus stick about. Right, first one is the file menu. File includes so all options you typically use in the other programs. Other programs වගේම තමයි. Right? So you can see open, import data, new data, internet data, syntax, output, script, and save, exit. You can open and create new files, multiple as illustrated to write. Yes. So you can see save as, save all data. Likewise, you can see uh, the things in menu table. As you can see, new, open, import data, save as, rename, exit, these things display in that file menu. Next menu is edit. Edit includes the typical cut, copy, paste commands and allows you to specify various options by displaying data and output. Click on options and you will see the dialog box to left. You can use the format the data output charts. So these choices are rather than overwhelming and you can simply take default options. Yeah. This is edit window. The edit menu. You can see undo, redo, cut, copy, paste. Copy with variable names, copy with variable labels, those things. Insert variables, right? Go case, go variables, options, those things in the editor window. Yeah. Then we can go for the options. Yeah. once you see that options in edit one, so we can go for the options, right? It mentioned these things. So these menus are the general language, viewer data, currency output syntax, multiple imputation, scripts, file locations, pivot table charts. Those menus we can see, right? These menus we can see in this data editor. View. So next one is view. View allows you to select which toolbars which you want to show, select font sizes, add or remove the grid lines and that separate each pieces of data to select whether or not display your raw data and data labels. The next step is data tab. Data allows you to select several options ranging from, right, displaying data in the sorted and specific variable to selecting certain cases of subsequent analysis. So you can see here the menus again. Next, view menu. Yeah, we have to close this. Then we can go for view menu. You can see status bar, toolbars, which type of toolbars we have to use here. Menu editor, those things, fonts, grid lines, those things we can edit using this view menu. And uh, the other one is data. Then we can see in the data menu, we can see many things actually. Data analysis also in here. Sorry, no, analysis in different one. In data menu, we can see the copy the properties, define date and time, validation, identify duplicate cases, show cases, split file, select cases, wait cases. Those things we can see under the data menu. Transform includes several options to change the current variables. For example, you can change continuous variables to the categorical variables. Yeah. So if you use this transformation tab, so you can compute new variables and you can record into different variables. You can record into the same variable, right? So yeah, so visual binding, optimal binding, those things under the transformation menu, right? Then next one is analyze. Analyze includes all commands to carry out statistical analysis and calculate descriptive statistics. And you can see the graphs as well. These are the graphs we can draw using the SPSS. We can use box plots, histograms, then bar graphs, column charts. Next menu is utilities, then extensions, window, and help. Utilities allows you to file information which is list of all variables, their labels, values, locations in the data files and types. Then extensions. Extensions are the program that can be added to the base SPSS package. Yeah. Window. Window can be used to select which window wants to data editor, output editor, syntax. Yeah. So we can clicking the tabs in left bottom corner. So you can select that window, which window is used. And finally, you can see help. Help has many useful options, including a link to SPSS homepage, a statistical coach, and syntax guide. Using topics, you can use the index options to type in any word, get to list options. Yeah. The icons directly under the menu bar provide shortcuts to common commands. Then you can save here using this one. And also, you know how to exit, so you can click on the cross and you can close SPSS. When we are closing a task, save changes to the following data set. Then you have to write what you are going to do. So you have to mention there. Entering data into SPSS worksheet. Yeah. Now we'll start to discuss how we have to enter the data to the SPSS worksheet. In general, to enter the data in a cell in the worksheet, you can use the cursor to click on the desired cell, type the entry and finish uh, using using enter key. Right backspace, we can use variable viewer data. Yeah, naming and defining variables. We'll see how to name and how to define the variables. Now, click on the variable tab, bottom left corner of the screen. Yes, so you can see this one, right? You can see this window, right? Right, man. There you can see there are 10 columns actually. Name, type, it, decimal, values, label, missing columns, align and measure. Right. Each of these heading is used to indicate some facet of definition each variables. The rules for variable names. Yeah. Uh, the rules. The name must be begin with a letter. The remaining characters can be any letter, any digit, any period, or the symbol hash, at, underscore, dollar mark, anything. But you have to start from here. This is variable view. It goes to the variable view. Then I am parting one name. I wrote name. Letter number first. So it means variable name is contains illegal first character. Why is that? First character should be begin with a letter. So therefore, I wrote one name no, but if you wrote name one, that is possible. Why is that? We started from a letter. Yes, but we can't write one name. It mentioned that yes, there is. It contains an illegal character. Okay. Then we can use these things. Name, underscore, possible. All right. First underscore name. It is possible. Yeah. Then we can use dollar mark. School dollar mark. Yeah, it's possible. But we can't use first. Variable names cannot be end with the period. The other one is data. Yeah. So after a name, right? I will write school, right? We can't. Then I will put a space in case that variable is contain an illegal character. Therefore, we cannot end with a period. Variable is can end with the underscore should be avoided. Yeah, it's also. Then I will write name underscore. It says that names that underscore is special characteristic in SPSS. It is inadvisable to use the names with the character. Therefore, it is advisable not to use underscore at the end. But you can. It is considered as a variable name, but we have to avoid using the underscore at the end. At the end. අන්තිමයට use කරන්න මේක අපි practice එකක් විදිහට සලකන්නේ නැහැ, but ඒක ගන්නවා. Right? Then spaces and special characters cannot be used. Spaces තියන්න බෑ, these special characters use කරන්න බෑ. Each variable name must be unique. Yeah, duplication is not allowed. Yeah, duplication is not allowed. Then here we have a name unders. Right, I will type name. Then if I use name again, it is not allowed. Here it's mentioned that the variable name duplicates an existing name. So therefore we can't write same name twice. Right, we can use only one time. So the duplications are not allowed. The underscore character is frequently used where the space is designed in names. Here, if there is a space, we have to use underscore, because if we are keeping the space, that is considered as an illegal character in SPSS variable names. SPSS may be miss out the spaces when reading in names from another package such as Excel. Yeah, so when we are importing from the Excel, we have to be sensitive for that. If there are some spaces in between the variable names, SPSS cannot read those things. Therefore, when we are importing data from the SPSS, we have to consider these things. Yeah, reserved keywords cannot be used as variable names. So the reserved keywords are used by all, and by, EQ, GE, TE, right? No O, PO, with those things we can't use with the variable names. And variable types. The type column is showing the numeric for all shows. This means that number will be expected in dataset related to these variables. This correct for all variables except the quantitative data. Qualitative data, gender, point and click the gray box on the right on the cell type for variables. A drop-down menus appear offering the 8 data types. Yeah. Okay. So then here, yes. So we can go here. Then we here the variable types. You can see there are many variable types. It mentioned numeric, comma, dot, scientific notation, date, dollar, custom currency, string, restricted, numerous. Those things we can see here, and the number of decimal places also mentioned there. Yeah, these are the variable types. To enter the male and female into variable gender, select the data type by string. If we are using the letters, so we have to use the string, right? So other things not the problem. So for the date, so we can use date variable. Custom currently string is for names. Click OK to return the variable view window. Enter in dates. Choose date for these variables. Yeah, so you can see date here. There are a large number of different ways in the date can be written. Top option is DDMMYYY is probably the safest option. Variable width and decimal places. The next column is headed width. Yeah, next column we can see here. Yeah, we can see here width. What is the width? The next column is headed with width and deals with the maximum number of characters that will be displayed in a particular variable relating to this. For numeric variable, it needs to be considered alongside with the column labeled in decimals. The value in this column indicates that the number of decimal places that will be displayed in all output relating to this website, this variable. The default width value is set to 8 and decimal. Variable labels. Yeah. Then once you define this one, so we can write neighbor, first name. Then we can keep the spaces anything, school name. Likewise, we can write the labels. Then next task is to enter the value labels for each variable appropriate. These will be appear in the values column. It means like this. Suppose we have a variable called sex. Then it is we can write gender of sex means gender of participant. Then here values you can see here. So we can write M for male. Incorrect value for variable type. Yes, this variable is, yeah. So variable is we define in numeric form, then we have to change for the string. Then it's okay. Then we can yeah. Then we can write male MNF no. So M for male. Then F for female. Okay. Then we have to add 1 or 2 only here. Oh, right. Yeah. F for female, M for male. Data view window with displays data. We can enter the data like this. Yes, and here you can see some variables, types, labels, then values, those things. And also it mentions some missing values also, then width of the column. Those things mentioned there. Right. So then in here we discuss about the variable types. So then how we can define those variable, those things. Then we'll come to the second lesson here. That is about Mm. That is about importing data from other files and naming variables. these are the learning outcomes of this lecture. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to import data from other Excel data files, describe different items in variable view panel. Right. So you know how to import the data. To load data when you first start the SPSS, you can select the files on the two lower boxes of the input screen, and at any time you can load the data from the file menu by selecting open data. You know how to open the data. So if you have already prepared SPSS file, so you can go for open, then you can select the appropriate name actually, then we can open that. So that is how we can open a data file uh, through this SPSS software. Yeah, so then we can see this open file, it mentioned that name, then you can open it. And look at the place where you store the saved data, that is desktop, C drive, removable disk, anywhere. File of type, select the file type, that is SPSS, Excel, and other statistical, etc. Basic rules to allow Excel data to be lead into SPSS. The following rules apply to regarding Excel 95 or later files. Data type and bit. Each column is a variable. The data type and bit for each variable are determined by the data type and the bit in the Excel file. If the column contains more than one data type, for example, data and numeric, the data type is to set to string and the values are read out, valid string values. Basic rules to allow Excel data from to be read into SPSS. Right, blank cells. For numeric variables, blank cells are converted to the system missing value included by for numeric variables, blank cells are converted to the system missing value indicated by with the period. Variable names. If you read the first row of the Excel file, right, all the variable names is there. So, but in here that there's then so when we are importing that to if you do not read the value names from the Excel file, default variable name is assigned. Right? So missing values, we can use these 9 or 99, those things. Right? Do not enter the space of full stop. If you're entering the such yes or no, check what you have always spelled in the same way. Y will be seen as SPSS, Y and different, Y and years and years. Right, so then cases are different actually. Okay, do not sort the data, taking steps to ensure uh, data is that all the data is sorted together. Right, actually this is a theoretical part. Okay, so therefore that's why just I'm explaining those things. uh, Here in first day actually we are only few practicals, but second day onwards, so that is actually a more practical based one. So therefore it is better to install the SPSS package before the next day, those who do not have already SPSS. Yeah, so then here you can see the file, right? So I will show you the original file as well, right? Yeah. So, yes. So then we need to import. Right. So we'll see how we can import these two SPSS worksheet. So we can take we can copy this one. Okay, just we are copying and we are going to paste, and we'll see what happens. I will erase this all variable names, clear. Then just I'm taking here and paste with variable names is also there, right? We'll paste it, then we'll see what happens. Yeah, so it's take the variable names and it goes to here. Yeah, okay. So then if you take paste with variable names, right? So we copied this, and here once comes to here, right? So when we are pasting in the data view, right? I will erase this again. I'm erasing these things. Clear. Yeah, I cleared all. Then I will show you again. So just I copy this all, right? Copy, right? Then once we come here, data view, variable view. Yeah, variables are also here. No? Variable view. Right, okay. Then now I am pasting on using only paste, right? Only paste. So what happens? The variable names is come var 001 likewise. Okay. But yeah, I will erase this. Right. Then once we come here, we can use paste with variable names. Then automatically variable names also pasted here. Right. Right. It's okay now. So, yeah, then we can just copy here, right? Then we can take like that. Then we'll format to get the output like this. This one. Then here we can see 100. Here it shows 101. Here 101.00. It means there are two decimal points. So I am removing that two decimal points. Now it's okay. How it shows 101. Okay. Then 15.00 is there. It means no need of decimal points. Then again 0 is. Then 15 is okay. 12/5/2009. Male female is taken like that. Okay. So here there is no decimal point. So I will zero these decimal points. Okay. Right. Okay. The thing is that now gender, date of birth, age, math score, science score, English score, attendance, and student ID. Okay. Then the thing is that now gender is taken as M and F, right? So here it mentions a male and female, right? So what we can do is we can go for the variable view, then gender, right? Gender is there, gender. So I'm taking here it's mentioned as string, right? This is string. Yeah, the date of birth is here taken as string variable, but it is a date. So I will change this to the date variable. Date variable. So how I embed that one? It's mentioned is yeah 12/5/2019. Then it's yeah. Then variable view. Then I'm going to change this to the date variable. DDMMYYY. I will change like that. Then you can see here it changed to this one. Okay. And next one is MNF is mentioned there. So then here I will come to the gender. Then here I go to the values. Here values. Okay. Then I will use value M for male. Then F for female. Now it's enough to enter M and F. Okay. Then now it's come to the data view. Then for male M, female left, male M, female left, male M. Right. It's okay now. Then example data set. Yeah. So I will take an example data set here. Right. Imagine you are interviewed some people on their smoking habits using questions shown below. These are the questions on the questionnaire. Question එකේ තියෙන questions ටිකක් තියෙන්නේ. Uh, reference number. So we can put reference number here. Then this is actually a smoking questioning, right? Then how old were you on the last birthday? That is the question. Indicate your sex, male and female. Do you smoke at all? Yes, one for yes, two for no. If no, go to the question 9. So if no, so no, then not necessary to answer for these questions. So we have to go for 9. Do you smoke cigarette? Yes. 1 and 2 mentioned here. If no, go to the question number 6. On average, how many cigarettes a day would you say that you smoked? Do you smoke a pipe? Yes, no is there. Do you smoke cigars? Right? Then some more questions. Tell me what you think on each of the following three statements. Tax on tobacco is too high. You can, there are some options. Strongly disagree 1, strongly agree 2, agree 3, and strongly agree 4. Right? Then smoking is dangerous to health. Same scale. Smoking should be allowed in cinemas. Same statements. A date questionnaire is completed, so you have to add the date. The date thesis submitted. From the 10 completed questionnaires, it's possible to create the dataset like in the show in the next slide, right? So then here, this is a completed one questionnaires. There are 10 observations, 10 participants here. This dataset has 10 observations from reference number 1 to 10. 14 variables, there are 14 variables. The variables are reference number, age, sex, smoke, up to date, submit. Okay. All the information about a single person makes up one observation. Yeah. So this is for the single person. The others are observations. Note that blanks include the missing values. Yeah. So if there are blanks, those are missing values. From this data set, you can see that the reference number of the first subject is 1. She is 27 and female. Yeah. Reference number is 1. She is 27 and female. She smoked cigarettes on average 10 per day. Yeah. How many cigarettes? 1. 10. She doesn't smoke pipe or cigars, has tried to give up. Yeah. Pipe or cigars. Yeah. 2 is there, so 2 is for no. Yeah. Mentioned like that. She agrees that tax tobacco is too high and that smoking is dangerous to your health and that smoking should be banned from cinemas. Before entering these data into SPSS worksheet, let's consider how variables are defined and what attribute they can have. Each variables need to be given a variable name that is used to describing the variable to SPSS. Table below lists the names that you used in the examples and specifies the order which they are to be given in SPSS. Yeah. So these are the actually also suggest suitable labels can be associated with the variables to classify the output. Yeah. So then let's define these variable names with the labels, right? We can go here. Now I will erase this all clear. Yes. Then I am going to add variables name. First one is reference number ref underscore number. Ref underscore num. Reference number, age, sex, smoker, six, num 6, pipe, cigars, give up, tax, danger, cinemas, date survey, and date submitted. Date submit. Okay. Now the variable names are okay, and the other thing is it mentions some labels. We can type the labels also. Reference number. Reference number. And some age last birthday. Next one, sex of respondent. Then do you smoke? Do you smoke? Do you smoke cigarettes? Do you smoke cigarettes? Question mark. Yeah, do you smoke cigarettes? Next one, do you smoke a pipe? Do you smoke a pipe? Do you smoke cigars? Then have you tried to give up smoking? Do you think tax on tobacco is too high? Do you think tax on tobacco is too high? Do you think smoking is dangerous to your health? Do you think smoking should be allowed in cinemas? Date the survey was completed. Oh, one is missing, I think. Oh, yeah. Five piece, do you move five? No. Yeah, it's missing. How many cigarettes per day? Do you smoke cigarettes? Yeah. Then we can cut. Oh, copy is there. I will copy here. Mm, copy paste. Yeah. Then we have to change this. What is it? How many cigarettes per day? Next one. Do you smoke pipe? Do you what's happened there? Do you smoke pipe? That's okay. Do you smoke pipe? That's okay. Then next, do you s- do you smoke cigars? Do you smoke cigars? Then date of survey. The date the survey was completed. Last one. Date the subject submitted their date the subject submitted their thesis. Okay, now labeling process is okay. But automatically there are some numeric type with decimals, values, missing columns. These things we didn't change still. we only entered the reference number and we enter the labels, right? We'll see how we can format the others step by step. Then you should now information necessary to starting creating examples data set. Okay, reference number in the cell 1 and 2. Yes, we added the type age in the cell. Okay, variable types age in the cell. Then variable types we have to define. The type column is showing the numerical for all rows. Yeah, in default it's showed the numerical. This means the numeric number values will be expected in the data set relating to these variables. All are all are numeric. All are numeric. So this output. Then this correct for all the variable except. So it's in here six we have collected from F and M. Yeah, if there are yeah, six is there. Yes. So it is if it is yeah, we'll go to here. Yeah. Here. Then here you can see sex is collected from N and A. So that is then it is not a number, it is a string. So we have to change that one. Yeah. What is it? Yeah, six. Six. So it should be a string. String. And the other one is it is entered in male and female. Male and female. Okay. So then we have to go for here. Then values. Values. M for male and F for female. We can enter like that. Now it's okay. Now it is a string variable, sex of responded, then values we are entering here, uh, here, F for female and M for male. So then we have to enter only M and F here. Sex where you collected M and F, age, SPSS, okay to enter M and F, the variable type, it's okay. Then yeah, we change for the string, make up a string whatever naskara, right? Then we can enter. Then the other one is so there are two date variables. So then we have to change this for date, and this one also date, date. Now variables names are ready. We okay. Then for the example data set would be better to choose with 1.0 for these variables. Smoker 6. Smoker is this one. That is with 1.0. Smoker is this one. With one decimal zero. Smoker with one decimal, the number of decimal places. Yeah. First we have to change decimals for zeros. Then with one. Okay. Next one, 6 pipes. Then we can check copy and paste. It's for what? 6 pipes cigars. 6 pipes. Yeah. Number of 6 pipes, cigars. Cigars give off tax. Give up tax. Give up tax. Dangerous animals. Dangerous animals. The next one. With two decimal zeros for variable age. Age is this one. Decimal zero. Then two. With two. Then with three decimal zero for number of six. Number of six. Decimal zero, number of six. With three. Okay. Next one. With four decimal zero for the reference number. Decimal zero with three. Reference number. And with one for string variable six. Six. String variable with one. Okay. Now we define the with types and these things. It's mentioned, it's step by step mentioned how you can zero those things. Variable labels, we added value labels. Okay. Then we have to define, we decided this one, male, M for male and F for female, right? By yeah, value, then this thing is there. Then the other one is, so once you observe this, our questionnaire is here. Yeah. In the questionnaire, you can see here, 1, 2 is for yes and no, right? So it's, you can see yes for the yes, no questions, 1 for yes, 2 for no. And this one, strongly disagree to strongly agree, this is 4-point scale. 1 is for strongly disagree, 2 is for disagree, 3 is for agree, and 4 is for strongly agree. So we have to define those things here. Yes. This one. Then, so here we can see here, do you smoke? Do you smoke is yes, no question. So then we can write 1 for yes, 1 for yes, and 2 for no. We can define it, yes, no question. Okay. Then there are, do you, what is that one? Some cigarettes means. Six means, do you smoke cigarettes? Do you smoke cigarettes? All right. Do you smoke cigarettes? There is also yes, no question. Then we can copy this. No need to, we can copy and paste. Then you can see here, yes, no is automatically came to here. Then how many cigarettes per day? Yeah. Then you can write it. How many cigarettes per day? We can write it. How many cigarettes per day? Yes. Do you smoke cigarettes? How many cigarettes we can write? Do you smoke 5? Yes, no question. We can paste that one. Paste. Then yes, no question is okay. Then do you smoke cigars? Again, yes, no questions. Do you smoke cigars? 1 for no, 1 for yes, 2 for no. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Okay. Next question, tell me this one. Strongly agree, this strongly disagree, 1, 2. So we have to define. Have you tried to give up smoking? So then we can write 1 for strongly disagree. 2 for disagree. 3 for agree. 4 strongly agree. Okay. Yeah. 1 4 strongly disagree. Here 1 4 strongly disagree. 2 4 disagree. 3 4 agree. And 4 4 strongly agree. Okay. We can copy this. Then next copy and paste two variables, danger and cinemas. Yeah. We can go for danger. Yeah. For the stack text also. Danger, cinema. Right. We can copy those things. Then missing values. In the statistical analysis of the any data set have sometimes necessary to exclude some where the information is not appropriate. In this example, for one interview, reference number 8. Reference number 8 is, yeah, one is for reference number 8. Respondent fails to give answer for this question. A number that could be expected as the genuine response is selected to respond this circumstance. Click on row 6. Row 6. Column 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this one. Right? Gallery box, this box. Uh, then missing value from the drop down. Yeah. Then we can take discrete button and enter 999 in the first cell. Yeah, like this. 999. Then we can put OK. It means 999 representing the missing values. So if there is a missing value, we can put 999 there. The final column is concerned with the measurement scales properties of variables. Right. The other one is in statistical. Certain procedures are usually appropriate for variables measured on specific scales of measurements. Here you have to define that scale. So some scales are, then if it is string, that goes to the nominal variable. So we need to take the other types of variable. It is not defined here, right? So actually there are four basic measurement scales. So but in SPSS it is reduced to the three scales because here it's considered that numeric and interval ratio and interval scales are as one, that is scale variable. Right, nominal. A variable can be treated as the nominal when its values represent the categories with no intrinsic ranking. Right, for example, region, zip code, religion, affiliation, it was sex of respondents, ID card number, those things code for the nominal variables. Then ordinal. Ordinal variable is a variable that a variable can be treated as ordinal when its values represent categories with some intrinsic ranking. For example, levels of service satisfaction from highly dissatisfied to highly satisfied. When oh, this one, highly satisfied, that is close to which scale then? Ordinal scale. So these all are ordinal scale then. Because highly satisfied to highly dissatisfied. These are all ordinal. And the nominal is for naming purpose. So reference number is goes to nominal because we are using for only naming purpose, right? So I don't know what is mentioned here that we can use in nominal scale as well. Yeah, scale variables can be treated as a scale when its value represent ordered categories with a meaningful metric. So distance of comparison between variable are appropriate. Here there are 6 nominal measures. One is sex. Sex is nominal measure. Smoker, smoker. Yes, no question. Yeah, that is a nominal measure. Smoker. 6 pipe, 6 nominal measure. Then pipe nominal measure. Pipe. Yes, no question. Pipe. Cigars and give up. Cigars and give up. Cigars is nominal and give up. Give up is yes or no. Give up is not a yes no question. That is an ordinal scale one. Yeah. 3 ordinal measures: tax, danger, and cinemas. There are 4 actually because this give up also. Have you tried? So strongly agree to the beginning. Uh, Give up. Have you tried? Do you smoke cigars? Yeah, it's not mentioned there. My question is after 7. Here, question number 9 is the 8th one is missing actually. So 8th one is also in the ordinal scale, right? Then 3 scale measures: reference number, age, number of 6. Reference number is mentioned as scale here, right? You can take it as nominal as well. Reference number, age, number of cigarettes, that is scale variable, and 2 date variables. Yeah, 2 date variables, that is also scale, right? There are 2 date variables. Right, starting with the reference number in row 1, column 10, row 1, column 10. Click the cell, choose appropriate measure. You should not have changed this default. Move down the column, making the appropriate choice in each case. The first change is for the variable smoker, which need to be changed to be nominal. You have now defined the all information that SPSS needs to know about the characteristics of your specific data set. Your variable view pane should look like figure in next slide. Yeah, likewise you can see. We can compare with our measure. Scale, then 3 nominals, yeah. Then scale, then here it's taken. Do you think tobacco is high? No. Have you tried to give up? That is yes no question. Have you tried to give up is yes no question. Have you tried to give up? That is actually yes no question. I will copy here, copy and paste there. That is yes no question. Then it goes to ordinal scale. Sorry, nominal scale. Yes no question. Right. Then this one is okay. Now we entered the data. Now the next lesson here, data entering and manipulation. Enter the data into SPSS worksheet. Split the file. Select cases from the SPSS worksheet. Record values into new variables. Compute new variables. So entering the data in the data view. So we can enter the data actually. Yeah, data view panel, data editor window used to enter the data. Displayed initial and empty spreadsheet with the variable names you have defined appearing as the column headings. The data that you have used in lesson 2 for defining variable is used for the data entry. Yeah, So we have to enter this data now. Yes. Reference number 1 to 10. Yeah. Then 1F, 4M. Mm. Oh, it's age. Age is because yeah. Then you did you see the mistake? Now here I put F, so it's not taken here. Why is that? Because this actual numerical variable. So age is, we can write 27, 31, 35, 58, 56, 25, 41, 41, 40, 38, 43, 29. Okay. Age 1 is okay. Then 6. 4Ms. 4F. M. Right. 6 is okay. Then 1. Smoker. 1. Yeah. Smoke is okay. 6. Okay. Then how many? 10. Missing value is there. 999 and 40. Okay. Number of 6. Okay. Bike. Pipe is okay. Next one, cigars. Mm. And I give up. Give up is for first one, 1. Then 2. Okay. Then tax. Right. Danger. Health. Yeah, danger we can take from here actually. Yeah. This one. 3, 2, 1, 1. Cinemas. Right. Catering parties. Okay. Yeah. Another one. Date. Survey. We entered the data. Yeah, we have to enter this one only. Right, we entered the data. We entered the data, but we didn't enter the date and time here. Right? So we'll enter it. So I will go for date variable. That is this one. I will take what BDMMYYY. BDMMYY. This is okay. And for this one also BDMMYY. Okay, then we can enter that one as well. Uh, then the next one 17 the one 909 1995. In the one 1995. 1995. 17 to 12 1995. 16 11 1995 and 2 12 1995. Last one, last column we can enter. Now it's finished by entering the data. Here it's mentioned that how we can enter the data, right? So we did those things. Then you can see like this. This is about. Yeah, some people find it easy to enter data by column rather than by row. Then control home, first row, first column. Then here I will control plus home. Let's go for the first row, first column. And control plus end. It goes to last row, last column. Okay. Analyzing data in subgroups. Right. So then procedure can be produce analysis for separate subgroups rather than all the data if the split file option is selected before proceeding carrying out. The variable or variables that define the subset are given in the split file command. For example, you may want to run descriptive first for women and then for men. You will thus produce the separate mean values for age and men and women. Right. So suppose we need, first I will take the average value descriptive statistics, right? So I will take only this age, right? Okay. So then you can see here There are 10 entries, minimum 25, maximum 58, mean is 38.30. Now suppose I need this same thing separately from boys and girls. So what we need to do is here, as mentioned here, we have to go for the split file command. It means data split file. Data split file. So I will show you again. Data split file here. Split file and organize output by groups. Then I will take sex of respondent. So because I need male and female. So and organize output by groups, then sex. Yeah. Then what happens? Short cases by sex. Then I will run the same thing again. Analyze descriptive statistics, descriptives. Now what happens? There earlier only one table. Now it gives two tables. One is sex of respondent is equals to female, and next one is sex of respondent equals to male. Right? So likewise, we can split files, because after splitting the file, we can take separately. Then now once you split the file, you have to turn off it as well. So then how we can do? Data split file, then we write analyze all cases, do not create groups. It mentioned how we can do it. Next one is excluding observations. Select cases. The procedure can produce analysis for a specific group rather than for all the data if the select case option is selected before procedure is carried out. Variable or variables that define the group retained for the analysis or given in the select case command. For example, you want to exclude all the data from the people who do not smoke when smoking at some of the smoking questions. Right. Select data, select cases. If condition is satisfied, choose filter out the unselected cases. Choosing the options deleted unselected cases will permanently delete the other cases and it is not recommended. If under the words if condition is satisfied. Right. Choose do you smoke from the list of variables. Click arrow, put the variable of the right book. Then word smoker will appear in the window, type equals to 1. Then continue. Okay, right. So what we need to do is we have to select only the person who is smoking, right? Smoker na vitarak torande. So then we know the question, do you smoke? Do you smoke is smoker. Smoker is, yeah, it's reference number, only reference number is there. Smoker, smoker, smoker. Do you smoke? Do you smoke? We need to select one. Yeah, these are the ones. So we need to select these ones only. There are 6. Right. Go data, select cases, select cases. If condition satisfied, do you smoke? If condition is satisfied, do you smoke? Do you smoke? So if it is smoke, we put 1. For years 1. Do you smoke? Then we can continue. Okay. Then what happens? It selected only smoking is 1. All the other 4 excluded. I think you got the idea. Right. Yes. So the next thing is, so we need to uh, discuss about modifying and defining variables. So we'll discuss that in next day, right? Uh, so then again, I have to ask you something because this is actually a very basic level. So how to define the variables, then how to enter the data, those things we discussed. So any questions to ask? Well, ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද? Any suggestions, any questions, right? Now it's time to you. මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද? So if you, yeah, another question is there. Yeah. So IBM allow 15 days trial version only, free downloaded. Can you download SPSS permanent version for free? Yeah. I think you can ask your so that normally they are providing your institution providing a link to download. I think it can be used more than 15 days. I don't know, but I think it can be used. So please ask, please put some message in your WhatsApp group, then they will provide a link to download. So then I think it can be used more than 15 days. Right. I think it's a free version, as I know. Right. So ask, put a message on the WhatsApp group, then they will provide you a link so you can download SPSS to your computer by using that link. Any other questions? Any suggestion? So anything to add? Right. So if not, so we can finish today's session, right? That is actually a starting point. Next day onwards, we are going for the analysis parts. So therefore, it's better. So because we will provide you the worksheets, so you can do with me. For that, I think it's better to download SPSS to your computer. Okay. Yes.
lecture notes දෙනවද අපිට එහෙම
දෙනවා.
නැත්නම් recording
Yeah.
බලමු බලන්නද කොහමද
රෙකෝඩින් එකක් දෙනවා. ලෙක්චර් නෝට්ස් උත් දෙනවා. ඔව්.
හරි සර්
ඊට පස්සේ
thank
අපි
you.
මේ අපි දැන් මෙතන පාවිච්චි කරන මේ data files SPSS outputs ඔක්කොම ඔයාලට හම්බ වෙනවා. Right. So if not ඔයාලා group එකට හම්බෙයි මම හිතන්නේ Google මේ කොහේ මේ ඒක ඉවර වෙනකොට හැමදාම normally ඔයාලට හම්බ වෙනවා. Right. Any other questions? අද දවසේ ඉවරනකොට අද notes ටික recording එක ඔක්කොම ඔයාලට හම්බ වෙයි. I think no questions. Okay then. So we'll meet in next day. Good night.
Right. Good
Thank
night.
you sir good night.